Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to make a quick video on 15 of the best items that I sold in the week of January 7th through January 13th. I had a little over $1,866 in sales this week, and just wanted to kind of give you guys a little update. I've got, I think, 15 items here that I'm going to share with you. And so we'll just cut to the chase. Okay, this was a pair of 7 for All Mankind women's skinny jeans. 7 for All Mankind is a good pair of jeans to look out for. However, it does matter what the style is. So definitely when you're looking at 7 for All Mankind jeans, definitely look up the style name to see if they're worth picking up. This pair sold for $45. And this is when I was still offering free shipping, so I just wanted to point that out. This is a Tommy Bahama silk Hawaiian shirt. The thing with Tommy Bahama is the more patterns that are on it, the better off you're going to be getting a good sale out of it. This one had some, I believe, some embroidery on it, yeah, and just definitely some interesting detail on it. So I picked it up, and it was a pretty easy flip at $35. This was a men's Rafi 100% cashmere half-zip sweater. I actually found 2 of these. There was a dark gray one and a beige colored one. The dark gray one sold better than the beige one did. I think the beige one came in at a little under $40, but this one sold really fast. I think I started at $44.99, and it had probably been, I think it was only listed for a day or two before it got a sale. But this is the tag. This is what to look for. Rafi, not everything Rafi sells. It's actually a brand that I don't see very often, but this was 100% cashmere, and cashmere clothing typically doesn't have any issues selling whatsoever, regardless of the brand. I mean, within reason. Apartment 9 sweaters and things of that sort for women, they used to sell well. They don't sell well very, very, very much anymore, just because the market is so saturated with them. Flax is a women's brand that you should definitely look out for. I think at some point, a month and a half ago or so, it was actually one of the top listed in the sourcing suggestions that eBay gives you. It was one of the top listed brands that was searched. So Flax, this is what the tag looks like. And a lot of Flax is 100% linen. And this was just kind of like a long tunic top button down. Black is always a good color, and it sold for $37. This is a women's Johnny Was top. I believe, yeah, it's silk. And this one actually sat around for a little bit. Not very long, but for a little bit. I think I started this at around $60, $60 or $65, and it ended up selling at $31.32. But Johnny Was is always a good brand to pick up. And there's different style tags, so just watch out for them. This is a particular one. It says Vintage Johnny Was. And there's several different style tags. So Johnny Was, JWLA, Johnny Was, Los Angeles, always a good pick. This pair of men's Ralph Lauren RLX golf pants. I actually scored big time at a thrift store and found several different pair of golf pants. I had like 4 or 5 of these pants, and several Nike dry fit golf pants, and a couple of Nike Tour Performance golf pants. But These are always good to pick up. This pair sold for $33.61. This is what the tag looks like. Levi's 501. Okay, so with Levi's jeans, in my experience, 501s are always a good pick, especially the ones that are made in the USA. And this is how you can tell. If you go, well, a quick way to tell is right there on this photo. If you look right there, it says made in USA. And it's really easy to spot that in the thrift store when you're rummaging through the jeans. This is a pair of men's jeans, by the way. Also, 501s are always button fly, and that's a good selling point as well. This pair went for $38.03. Okay, so with Ralph Lauren polo shirts, the market is extremely saturated with just one-off Ralph Lauren polo shirts. So what I usually do is I'll usually buy a bunch of them and lot them up in 3 to 10 size lots. And this was a lot of 4, and they're Pima interlock polo shirts. And you can see it if you, well, you can't see it right here. Here, let me go here. Pima interlock, and I had 4 of them, and they were all the same size, so I just lotted them up, and this lot went for $52.73. Lilith France, I had never really ever came across this brand until I saw it at the thrift store. This is the only piece I've ever picked up of this brand, but I was hoping to get more for this. This is actually one of my older photos. This is an older listing. I was hoping to get more for this. I think comps were somewhere around $60 or $70, but it just sat and waited and waited and sat, and I started lowering the price on it. It still sat and waited. But Lilith France, this is a linen blend. It's just like a long trench, I guess, a jacket. It's not really a coat. It's too thin to be a coat, but it's like a long trench jacket, button down. Made in France. And so I just came across this in the thrift store and decided to look it up because it was well made, and it was 50% linen. It was unique, really long, and the tag said made in France. So I just assumed that it could have been worth something. So I looked it up there in the thrift store. The comps looked good, so I picked it up and finally got rid of it for $37.14. Anne Fontaine is a good brand to pick up. I have never had any issues selling Anne Fontaine. This is just like a textured button-down blouse, solid black in color. And this is what the tag looks like. And it's also made in France. Sold for $39.15. With Ralph Lauren stuff, I always also like to pick up the larger sizes. This is a 3XB, which is also a 3XL big. This is a particular rugby, so it's thicker around the collar, and in the buttons are rubber. It's a long sleeve rugby polo is what it is. Size 3XB. It sold for $31.64. And this is a Robert Graham X Series men's 3XL solid black twin tip polo shirt, new without tags. The twin tip, what that means is like when you have, if you look at the collar there, it's got 2 horizontal stripes against the edge of the collar. That's called twin tipped. And you'll see a lot of times Fred Perry is the brand. You'll see a lot of his polos with dual stripes across the collar like that. That's called twin tip, and it's a good selling point. This was Robert Graham X Series. size 3 extra large. Sold for $36.39. Now this is Canali is it's a high-end designer brand specifically in the dress clothing category. And this was a men's size 37 by 32, 100% wool, solid black pleated front dress pants. And they ended up going for $37.27. Here's the tag. That's actually just a strip across the waistband, and it says Canali all the way around it. This is a women's Lafayette 148 New York blazer jacket, zip up, animal print, size 18, leopard. I'm not sure what's the fabric content. Cotton. It's a cotton blend. With Lafayette 148, it's a good brand to pick up, but you need to be careful with it. Only certain particular items of this brand really sell well. Others will just sit in your store. I have really good luck with some of the pants. The jackets I do well with, and the silk blouses or silk knit tops. Those do very well for me. This jacket sold for $30.88. And last but not least, I got really lucky in the thrift store and found 3 or 4 pieces of Eileen Fisher that were brand new with tags. This is actually an Eileen Fisher women's brown long sleeve viscose jersey crew neck top, size petite medium. And it was brand new with tags. And I was pretty excited to find this at the thrift store. But it actually sold for $70. I think, if I remember correctly, someone messaged me asking if I would take $70 for it, and I changed the price, and they bought it. But yeah, this week was pretty good in sales. My profit margin is a little low this week because I actually purchased a little over double the amount of items that I sold this week because I'm trying to increase the size of my store. And so I had to use some of my profits to dump back into the business and try to get more items listed. But anyways, guys, I hope you gained some valuable information out of this. I just wanted to share 15 of the items that I sold during this week, and I guess I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.